Welcome back. We're here with Sergeant Clark Parrott from the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and today just so happens to be National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, and we appreciate you so much, and we want to talk all about it. You guys do such hard work at your jobs. You guys are busy all the time, you know, keeping everyone safe and all of those things. Talk a little bit about just kind of like daily things that you guys do that people maybe don't see.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for that. It's a pleasure to do what we get to do. 99% of the time our interaction with folks is in a peaceful situation, you know. But as far as what we do to help people that they may not know, you know, we change a lot of spare tires. We fill up a lot of gas tanks. Out of our own pocket. I made a traffic stop yesterday on a tractor trailer, no lights whatsoever on it while they're running at night. She didn't know it. And I did it in such a way that she could get up to the next traffic or to the truck stop and get that taken care of. But you know, we understand that we sell a product that a lot of people don't like, and a lot of times we are a consequence to a decision they made, whether it's either driving, you know, above the posted speed limit, distracted driving, or things like that. But it's not our job to judge them.
Right.
It's our job to make sure that everybody else is safe around them. And you know, we see people sometimes at their best, and sometimes we see people at their worst. But at the end of the day, law enforcement, we are gentlemen and ladies who enforce the law. And we could not do, however, what we do without the public's support. You know, during the holidays, people pulled up at troop headquarters, and I know they do it at KPD and the counties and this and that, because I see their social media posts of the snacks, the cookies, the water, just things like that. You know, National Donut Day, boy, we get a lot of folks that do that for us, and we appreciate that. So just knowing that we do have support, and it's not just in Southeast Missouri. I have been in St. Louis, Kansas City, Springfield, large metropolitan areas where on extended times of deployment, and people have just supported us. And that allows us to do our job.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, sometimes there's people out there that may be a little bit weary of people who are, you know, in law enforcement because of the consequences that could happen to a person. But you guys are humans. You guys, just because, you know, you wear this outfit doesn't make you less of a human than the next person. And you guys ultimately are just trying to keep everyone safe. I'd say that's probably one of your main goals.
That is our main goal, is to make sure that we are protecting you, the people that are driving around us, that they can, especially on the holidays, that they can get from point A to point B as safely as possible, because nobody wants a holiday to be remembered as the time they had to plan a funeral or attend a funeral for a loved one. But take the holiday out of it, this weekend or today. We don't want today to be a time where somebody has lost a loved one. Because at the end of the day, it also affects first responders, it affects law enforcement, because we have to see that you know, and go from there. But just knowing that we have the public support, you know, when we're out and about and people say, hey, I appreciate what you do. Hey, let me get your cup of coffee or things like that. It allows us to continue. And you know, we as law enforcement, we've made some wonderful friends. You know, especially from little ones to big ones. We've got folks that want to be junior troopers, and you know, we see them when we're out and about, and you know, try to give them a sticker. Or you know, there was one little boy, I think his name was Xander, one day, and I gave him a sticker, and you know,
he probably lit up.
Oh, he lit up, and you know, we did a little security work, and you know, he very near and dear to my heart. But we all have, we could bring in law enforcement all day long and tell stories like that. But you know, we couldn't do what we do without the public support, but we also couldn't do what we do without your support. The relationship that we have with KFES is wonderful. The fact that you guys let me come on here and talk about traffic safety and anything else means the world to us and allows us to do our job.
Well, we appreciate you always coming out here, because, I mean, those are all important topics that we need to talk about, because ultimately it's just all about keeping everyone safe. Regardless if you're in law enforcement or not, everyone wants to stay safe. And real quickly, what are some maybe tangible ways a person can appreciate you guys? I know that we can always just, you know, give a wave, or is there any tangible ways that, you know?
And I say this every time, just obey all the laws. Because ideally, I would like to talk ourselves out of a job. I would like to wake up tomorrow morning and there not be any traffic crashes or speeders or distracted drivers or bad passes or traffic crashes, any of that. If we could do that, that would be great, and then we could go find another job.
Of course.
But sadly, that's going to be not the case, because we have to understand that when we get behind the wheel of the car, what we do in that vehicle affects everybody around us. So if I'm doing it right and you're doing it right, now there's two of us.
Right.
Now if we can get others to join us, our roadways will be a whole lot safer and our fatalities will continue to go down.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate it. And go thank a law enforcement officer today. Give them a high five, a handshake, whatever it may be. I could imagine that will just brighten their day. All right, we'll be back in just a bit.